everybody.
Good morning.
Today I'm going to talk about the sinking of the USS Indianapolis. On July 30, 1954, during the last day of World War II, USS Indianapolis sank after being hit by torpedoes from a Japanese submarine. The ship had no time to send a distress signal because it sank in a matter of 12 minutes. 360 out of the 1,192 men survived the sinking, and only 22 men are alive to this day. The ship has been missing for 72 years until co-founder of Microsoft, Paul Allen, found the ship 18,000 feet below the water. He made a fortune after he found the ship. Before the ship sank, it was on a top secret mission to deliver a piece of atomic bomb to Tinian, one of the islands in North Marina. On the way back that night, the ship was heading to the Leyte Gulf in the Philippines, where it was going to meet up with the USS Idaho to prepare the invasion of Japan. The ship was going at 32 knots and slowed down to 17 knots. The captain told Edgar Hurt it was midnight and end of his watch duty. The 20-year-old Marine grabbed his blanket and dozed off. What him and the other members on the ship were not aware of was they were being watched from below by a Japanese submarine that was about to fire 6 torpedoes at them. A few minutes after Edgar fell asleep, the first torpedo hit. The second torpedo hit the back of the ship near the gas tank. Edgar woke up to a shock. He said he could feel the water starting to enter the ship. He could barely see anything because the explosion cut off the power source. The only light he could see was the flames from the explosion. He attempted to find his way to his commanding officer to get his orders, but he heard his voice from a distance screaming, "Abandon ship." The ship left a thick layer of oil on the surface of the water. 800 of the 1,192 men made it off the ship before it sunk. Many men died of either dehydration, starvation, or shark attacks. It took 4 days for help to finally spot them, and when help came, only 350 of the men survived. Edgar Hurt is now 93 at this time, and is one of the lucky handful to tell the story. Edgar claims that he can still see and feel the screams and the 4 days of nonstop swimming. He still has flashbacks of what happened 72 years ago, and says it feels like it was just yesterday. Thank you. That's all I have to say.